This is Matrix Lord 212 for Doctor Who drama, I guess. So Chaos in Cardiff still continues. BBC ain't saying boo. They ain't saying anything if Chris Chibnall was fired or whether he quit or if Jodie quit or she's fired or if she failed the regeneration. And they're not saying anything because they're doing the waiting game, okay? It is basically August 9th, okay? Now picture that something gets leaked that they don't want leaked, right? Now they would not only have to deal with acknowledging that maybe Chris Chibnall is fired, but then they would have to, then there'll be a frenzy because people would be like, is Jodie gone? They would have to admit it. Then people be asking, is she regenerating? They would have to say something. And then, of course, down that trend, the next couple of questions would be probably, who's doing what, how many episodes did they finish, and then they're going to have to reveal any secrets that they wanted to do, like a Christmas special. Now, I gather that, they also don't want to answer questions about the 14th Doctor. So here it is. You have the possibility that we're going to have a 14th Doctor. Nobody probably cast in the role. Probably did consider Michael Sheen from Good Omens. But nothing filmed. No writer's room. No new TARDIS. No new anything. No new companions. So for them to be in a position that they would have to admit all this, that means that the press will be on their back every minute of the day, every single day, every single week, every single month leading up to anything. They'll never get a chance to breathe, and they'll basically feel pressured even more so. So, of course, they're not going to say anything. They're probably going to try to wait it out to at least September, which makes sense. But I don't even know if they're going to be able to do so, because eventually what's going to happen is if bad blood was really there, somebody's going to say something and they're going to be forced to respond. So right now they're playing it off where, for whatever reason, Radio Times is talking for them again, which nothing really happens if whatever Radio Times says is proven to be a lie or wrongful or anything, because Radio Times is not the BBC, yet they are doing them favors, okay? And they get the latest scoop before anybody else, and they make a lot of money by making the BBC their friend. So they'll probably try to push off the announcement to September, because what they're going to do is they're going to give you a Doctor Who trailer that's going to distract you. So I think the next course of action that they're going to do is, I think that they're not going to say a damn thing. I think that we're going to get a trailer like any day, and that's what's going to get everybody talking about Doctor Who. They're going to try to get it where this blows over, all right? And then they'll possibly announce that Doctor Who will return after you had weeks of processing the trailer. They will say that Doctor Who will return, possibly. Either they're going to do a Christmas special in 2019, which I don't know, or they're going to do a New Year's Day special in 2020. So the first day of New Year's would be a special. And then the logical course of action would be, if this is all true, to delay Series 12 so far, while still in the same year, that gives them time to, one, hire a new doctor, first hire a new showrunner officially, and a new writing team, and a new doctor, and get a new TARDIS, and then get the scripts ready and film it. So now, let's picture this. Worst case scenario, I'm thinking, you delay. After you have a Doctor Who episode in place for people to see, either Christmas 2019 or New Year's Day 2020, you basically, well, here's the thing. If you did a Christmas special, then you could say, oh, Doctor Who had 2 episodes this year. had a New Year's Day special and a Christmas special, right? So then they might do that so they could show, oh, look what we did for you guys, you know? But a delayed Doctor Who of Series 12 starting in late August or early September of 2020, okay? It finishes before December, like probably in November. And then they do a Christmas special. Now, they would only do a Christmas special probably in 2020 because that would be a regeneration episode. So you'll go into January 2021, and obviously by then we'll probably know the Doctor. They're probably going to show the Doctor, obviously. There'll be an announcement in 2020 late, or maybe earlier. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. And then they'll film with this Doctor, and they will probably try to get the season out early. So in other words, maybe they have in mind, maybe they have a showrunner in mind, maybe they get the Doctor picked, maybe they film in 2020, and they'll go where they really want to get the new season out early because you just had a Christmas special, and then they'll probably think that April was the time to reveal new Doctor. So in other words, they're going to try to give you Doctor Who in abundance within a certain 6-month period. So they'll trick you where they'll give you a special, they'll delay the season, then they'll give you a season late 2020, then a Christmas special, and then they'll give you Doctor Who right away in 2021 in April. Where what they'll do is they'll go to the people that are suing them because Chibnall promised Doctor Who every year for 5 years. Let's say, look, we got rid of this guy. We know we promised you Doctor Who every year for 5 years. We're going to give you an extra year. There was a mistake. Let's start this fresh. You get, let's just count it from Series 12 on, okay? And we'll give you an extra year so that way you're not without Doctor Who. Rather than them pay fines and rather than them pay the money back, because they really don't want to pay the money back, okay? Let's face it. Nobody wants to pay any money back to Doctor Who that they used already. So they'll probably make a deal that, look, this guy was talking out of his you-know-what. We're going to give you the 5 years. Whatever year that Chibnall did the first year doesn't count. Series 11 doesn't count. That's a freebie on us. Series 12, Series 13, 14, Series 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 would be, we're going to give to you every single year. Okay? So don't sue us. That's probably what they'll do. They'll get this Doctor coming up to be like a 5-year contract, probably. I would think. Or, they'll get somebody that they know is really good. Maybe they won't get him to 5-year contract. Maybe they'll do 3 years, and then they'll get another Doctor. So you have a Doctor 14 and 15. But here's the thing. That would possibly mean, let's see, that they would have to extend the commission date, which may work out, actually. Okay? May work out in their favor that they delay the commission date to about 20, let's see. So if we have Series 12 in 2020, Series 13, 2021, right? 2022, 2023, 2024. So probably they'll delay the commission date till 2025. And the commission date is basically saying that Doctor Who cannot get canceled until, right now it says, Doctor Who cannot get canceled till 2023. That does not mean that they're going to give you a season every year. Okay? It means that it can't get canceled till 2023. So I think what would happen is they will delay the commission date till 2025, thereby giving us 2 more years of Doctor Who. Thereby also we'll know that, okay, the last thing we see in Doctor Who is the 60th anniversary. That will not be the case, because you don't want to end it like that. You want to continue Doctor Who. So the good thing that could come from all of this is that Doctor Who will get 2 more years beyond 2023. That's what I think. Now let's play the other side of it. Let's just say that all of this is nonsense, which I really find hard to believe, that nothing is true. If that's the case, that Chibnall and Jodie are staying on, I would say she would, if she's not going to regenerate, Series 12 and towards like the Christmas special, whatever, she will do her last year, which will be Series 13. And then you would have a Series 14 with a 14 Doctor. Because again, she didn't say anything about doing more than 3 years, I don't think. And if Chibnall really got himself together and he got along with the BBC, maybe he wouldn't leave. But I still feel that if he did stay 5 years, which I don't think that's going to happen, the next Doctor would be a female again, because I think that is the overall Chibnall plan, that he will do a series of female Doctors. I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to say that Chibnall is gone, whether he quit or got fired. I don't think he got... I think it was that he filmed everything he had to film. Maybe it could have been towards the end that he walked. He was going to leave anyway. This whole thing about female Daleks, I don't know what to make of this thing. I don't know what they're talking about. For the life of me, I don't understand why he would even, like, gather an idea to do this. Unless, the only reason I feel that he would do a female Dalek is to totally piss off the BBC. Totally get them angry. Totally disrespect. You know, because it could, you know, sometimes people are, what's the word? They're grimy about things. He could be grimy that he didn't like that the BBC did what they did with him and Jodie. They almost walked out the last time. So he could be, vindictive. That's what it is. He could be a vindictive person where he's like, all right, you're going to force me to do classic monsters. I'm going to screw with the most iconic classic monster ever, the Daleks, and I'm going to ruin them. I'm going to make a female Dalek that there shouldn't be female Daleks, but I'm just going to make it so ridiculous that it's basically telling you F you and you're going to have to fire me. I think that's the only purpose he would do, because if they fired him, he'd be out of his contract, and then at least he could still do his other movies or whatever if they, you know, don't blackball him totally. That's the only reason I would feel he would, because you're not going to, honestly, you're not going to quit, because then you're going to look like an ass if you quit. So he's going to get himself fired. That would be the thing, you know, so he could do other things and, you know, whatever. And I mean, not that firing is better, but, you know, that way he's not bound by money or anything, and he's not forced into anything. He basically pushed them to fire him. Again, I do think it was a mistake. I think that Moffat should have never asked him, knowing that he was that resistant. I know Moffat wanted out, but that's not how you go out. I know you're not ready to leave. Like, you want to leave, and you can't leave because nobody took over your position, but you don't just put any schmo in there just to get out of there. And I'm not saying he did that, but if someone's reluctant to work at a job, that means they're not going to do good at a job. And you shouldn't have to get them drunk to get the job. They're obviously not in the same mindset as Moffat or Russ T. Davies. They are not 100% on board like he is. They could not care less about the direction of Doctor Who. And you got to go back to his first instance where he was a kid going on TV ripping the piss out of Doctor Who. Now this is the guy that bashed Doctor Who is going to come in and show us how it's done. Obviously he hasn't. So he's not going to have a heart in it like everybody else. And all the stuff that he's doing is just changes that people don't agree with. And not even the women are buying the product. Because it's supposed to be for everyone. Doctor Who is supposed to be for everyone. Doesn't matter. The biggest mistake they made when they did a female doctor is they got it wrong where it should have been for everyone. You don't create a brand called Her Universe and only female Doctor Who stuff. It's for everyone. You have for both genders. And that was the biggest mistake. They lied and they said, oh, it's not. It is. They put the female logo in the thing. They did her universe. They put earrings. They did this. They didn't make any, like, secretive merchandise went in the toilet. He didn't promote the brand in America enough at all. And he still's not. He's shying away from comic book conventions. He's really where Russell T Davies started to get like Doctor Who was like on a Sci-Fi Channel or whatever, and then Moffat expanded by putting it on buses and going to Times Square and talking to the New York Times. And while he was there, they scouted the following year for like Doctor Who. It's like he really wanted a presence in New York. He really wanted a presence in America. They went all over. They did a world tour. Remember that? Chibnall ain't doing any of that. He's just worried about Doctor Who being in UK, and that's it. And he's ruining the expansion of Doctor Who. He's shrinking it. He's pissing people off. He's even pissing off female people. Like, just that they're just aggravated. He pissed off everybody. How do you piss off everybody in general? And, of course, they do a rating system where it's like a lazy rating system where, oh, yeah, you watched it on demand like a week after or whatever. And, of course, you can't really go by the ratings with his first season anyway because, of course, people are going to tune into a new Doctor. So, like, that doesn't, you can't even, it would be the ratings of Series 12 would be the overall how you judge the show. Because everybody's going to tune in for the first season of a new Doctor. You know, might be high. I mean, that's the whole point. It's like, but once, it's like when you go to movies, you don't know how the movie is. And then if you hate the movie, you still paid for the movie. So the sales are still there. But did you like it? Did a lot of people like it? Just like people went to see The Last Jedi. Half the people didn't like it. Doesn't matter what the amount of money they made. So overall, then the merchandise went down because shitty porgs and shitty this. So with Doctor Who, same thing. Ultimately, when Series 12 comes out, you will see by the ratings what people really think. Will they stay aboard? Will they jump ship? We'll find out. But the thing is, there's a lot of things to consider. And I think, honestly, that, you know, Chibnall probably pissed people off. And he probably continued to piss people off. And he's probably demanding, and he's probably this, and he's probably that. And it's going to cause a situation. And it probably caused ripples of situations, a massive situations. And it's just a mess now. I've never seen like this kind of drama before with Doctor Who. It's just a mess that nobody wants to have accountability. Nobody wants to say, this happened. So the biggest mistake they're going to do is they're going to let it ride as long as they can. And they're going to distract you. They're going to give you a trailer for Series 12. Or, and this is going to be the big surprise that people are going to be dumbfounded with, you're going to find out they have a missing episode that you never knew, like Marco Polo. And this would be like the get out of jail free card. They would basically throw you Marco Polo. Oh my God, we have it. We've done years. We kept it secret. Here it is. And they would give it to you and everybody would be focused on, oh, missing episode. And then talking about it, like, what's next? Then they'll give you a thing like, we have something else, but we can't tell you yet. And then have people driving you nuts. And then when that starts to die down, then you give them a trailer. Or it could be reversed. They can give you a Doctor Who Series 12 teaser trailer and then give you a missing episode and then give you a full trailer. So they're going to play the game where they're going to distract you, the consumer, the subscriber, the viewer, the fan, the Whovian. They're going to distract you with stuff rather than answer. Right now, even as we speak, they are trying to, I believe, get a trailer ready. A teaser trailer ready to give to us. Probably, if not today, then Monday, I'm guessing. Okay, it's called damage control. So, people are hungry, and they're going to feed them, but they're going to feed them a different meal than they're expecting. They're not going to feed them the meal about what happened with Chibnall and Jodie. They're going to give you a teaser trailer. Or they're going to give you a missing episode announcement. One or the other. So, get ready, Whovians, because The next couple of days is going to be very interesting indeed. And by them not saying a thing, you would have to think that the rumor is true. All right, take care. Bye for now.